Hello, BitchUte and YouTube. So I got my account back after 2 years on BitchUte. I don't know. I just kind of abandoned it, and after that, I eventually came back and I updated my profile. Now the videos will sync with my YouTube channel again. Y'all have missed about 2 years worth of content, and I gotta say, right, a lot have changed. I don't even remember what kind of stuff I was posting on BitChute, really. It was like some random fucking videos, dude. Anyways, as for what I do now, well, one big change that you might see is I have a fursona as a mascot. So that fursona was created by a fanboy friend, and I plan to make a horror game about it to explain it more. But here's the original drawing of the mascot character, and then here is a picture of my face that it was based off of. And so that's kind of like, eventually that became a kind of mascot for the channel. And yeah, I also like to edit memes in my videos sometimes now, and I used to do that when I was a kid, but I really just do it because it just makes the videos funnier. And already my speech or commentary is kind of funny enough sometimes, but why not put memes to it? Like, not that brain rot kind of 6-7 type of memes either, just straight up like memes that I grew up with, you know, like MLG, Wasted, and like the JoJo to be continued meme, and kind of just like classic internet stuff. Most of the time I'm playing horror games, and as you can see with this laptop, I've had this laptop since 2019. I probably joined BitChute right around 2022, 2023, probably 2023, dude. And this thing is a very giant laptop. Like look at this, right? It's bigger than my whole hand. This thing is giant. It's a 15.6 inch laptop, or 16.6 inch screen, and yeah, it runs Linux now. So when Windows 10 went out of date, or when I had Windows 10, I was a kid pirating games and got porn viruses and stuff. So, and a game that did that was when I was pirating GTA 5. And so, when Windows 10 went out of date, eventually, I didn't really like Windows 11. It looked ugly on the screen. And so that pretty much prompted me to switch to Linux. Now, what do I use is Debian Linux. Like Linux Mint Debian Edition, and I use Ubuntu as well, because Ubuntu I plan to make my own distro. My own distribution, basically. My own operating system. So, and also the USB drive right here, that is Parrot OS Security. Yeah. Anyways, another thing that I like about this laptop, right, especially nowadays, is when I move into a new place. Like, I'm 18 years old now. I gotta move out my parents' house, so I don't have to, but I'm choosing to. And new times, you know, 2026, and I want to move to Indianapolis. And so when I move to Indianapolis, I plan to, because the motherboard in this is Intel. It's an Intel Pentium Gold 5405U with a Intel Whiskey Lake USD and 16 gig of RAM. Now, when I swap the motherboard, I plan to get a Ryzen 7 with a Vega graphics card and probably 40 gigabytes of RAM. Now, there is also like newer gen models of this laptop with the Ryzen 7, Ryzen 5 7600U with Radeon RX graphics. And yeah, that's cool, but like also they kind of like sold out very often, and I don't really want that. I'm a big fan of Vega graphics from what I've seen on the performance. So I want a Ryzen 7 4700U and Vega 7 or Vega 10. And well, yeah, gaming performance is going to be a lot crazier, you know. Probably going to start with things like Left 4 Dead. I played TF2, but as far as heavy games, probably Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5, but not pirating GTA 5. GTA 5 from Steam. And games like R6, I apparently have anti-cheat, which I'm not gonna use Windows, so I'm gonna end up cloud gaming that shit. I also play War Thunder. A lot of the performance will also be good when I get the good Wi-Fi, you know, but and yeah, I don't know what else to say, but that is, other than that, I am back on BitChute, and I am pretty happy to be here. Now, for on YouTube who don't know what BitChute is, it's a freedom of speech website. It's like YouTube but without guidelines. Or more accurately, if you was to look there, it's more like if YouTube and Reddit had a child, it would be BitChute. Because you can just about find anything on BitChute. And as far as like why I'm even on BitChute right now is because it's kind of like a backgate fandom. You know how YouTubers will have like a backgate kind of platform, like Rumble or Patreon or something, you know, to see uncensored content and stuff that ain't allowed on YouTube because YouTube's guidelines is a bit picky on shit. So that's why I've kind of started on BitChute. But also, why I even know BitChute in the first place was because when I was a kid, this was my childhood. Yep, this was like a childhood rip-off YouTube kind of thing. Now, most people like me will talk about, you know, Dan DTM, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, all kinds of that type of stuff as their childhood. But I was one of those weird kids back then, discovering BitChute, and yeah, it was on YouTube too, but reason why I know BitChute is because of this thing called Say St. John, and by the artist Eric Fournier. Say St. John was about a I'm not sure if it was a fictional character or a real person, but it was kind of disturbing to some people. For a while, for me, it was just a meme. So, Say St. John was depicted as a quote-unquote fictional character, right? And it was about a woman who got into a car accident and couldn't afford surgery to replace her limbs or whatever, and so she ended up replacing her whole body and limbs with mannequin parts. Most popular video being called Hand Thing. And it's basically just a video of where she just claps her hands. in a very manic kind of frenetic kind of manner. I also remember seeing more of her videos like Skin Tape and Washer Room. Skin Tape was weird. It was just she was laying in a bunch of trash and bottles, and she had duct tape on her skin, and so much disturbing imagery and stuff, and Washer Room was probably the weirdest. Because it was like she was fighting Barbie dolls inside of a washing room. Like, she went inside of a set and she was washing her clothes, and then Barbie dolls started dancing and wanting to have a full war with her, and she started beating them. That's the kind of childhood that I had. I also remember other videos like Obey the Walrus and I Feel Fantastic is another thing in my childhood. And yes, it was on this very laptop that you're seeing right here. In 2019, I was like the age of 12. Also, the model of this laptop is a Lenovo. It's a Lenovo IdeaPad S145. Specifically, the IdeaPad S145 15IWL81MV. I know for a fact that that model name is something that you have never heard of in your life before. And they really just smacked the keyboard with this one. Yeah. And I would say that I am an artist myself, with not like say St. John, but I have made some kinds of odd little videos on YouTube. Not necessarily on my main channel, Edward Driver on YouTube and Edward Driver BitChute, but mainly on like YouTube. I made like burner accounts on YouTube and made little weird videos that made no sense. Of course, you'll just have to find that. I'm not going to link that. But what I will link is the two platforms, my YouTube, my BitChute, in the description. So, yeah. And I think that's all I gotta say. So, I'm happy to be back on BitChute with an updated profile. And besides that, I'll be continuing to make my content the way I will. Now that it gets decided with BitChute users, as for your 2-year-long missing content, go ahead and check out YouTube. As far as I know, on YouTube I got 637 subscribers so far today. And on YouTube, on YouTube I got 600 something subscribers, right? And on BitChute I have 11 subscribers, which I haven't been on BitChute in for forever, nor have I actually been on BitChute at all active. So today is the time, I guess, where BitChute will start growing and following along with YouTube here.